Subscribe to ULO and never miss out on our weekend and racing festival tips with more race coverage on our website at ulo.co.uk. The Ebor Festival starts next Wednesday and we'll be covering every race on the Knavesmire. Before then, there are plenty of prelims for Group 1 races later this season, so we'll be at Newbury Park, the Curragh and Deauville on a busy Saturday. Saturday's nap is a venture going to post in the Prix de Pomone at Deauville, with the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe just over 7 weeks away. This is one of the leading races to follow in the countdown to Europe's richest race. It is Christophe Furlan's adventure that is sure to top the tables for this Group 2, and right off the back of a fine 4th in the Group 1 Prix de Diane, where she led at the 200-metre mark, can prove her form against older types here. British Raider one evening is lightly raced for John and Thady Gosden and has to be highly rated, with an entry in the Fillies and Mares Stakes on Ascot's Champions Day, while Andre Faber's Ottery is a smart type. A venture to score, with a supplementary entry to the Prix de l'Arc de Triomphe surely open to connections. Our next best lines up in the Hungerford Stakes at Newbury Park. Harry Charlton holds the key to this with Kikali, who gets a £5 weight for age allowance over Ed Walker's English Oak. This pair will be right at the head of the betting, with William Haggas's River Tiber and last year's winner, Richard Hannon's Witch Hunter, completing the shortlist. However, one of only 2 3-year-olds in this Group 3, Kikuli will find these calmer waters than the pre-John Pratt when last seen, and Oisin Murphy can get a good tune out of his Kingman colt, much as he did when runner-up in the Jersey Stakes at Ascot's Royal Meeting, where we gave him as the value each-way angle. Better than that now, and likely to beat older horses in this grade. So Kikali gets the nudge. Earlier on, Al Karim can take the Geoffrey Freer at Newbury. Just the 5 lining up for this Group 3. But a fascinating race, all the same. On paper, this is surely a face-off between old rivals Al Arsi and Al Karim, with our marginal preference for Al Karim. Carl Burke is right at the top of his game this season, with Classic Glory nailed up on his winner's board, so Al Karim can serve it up to Al Arsi once again. William Haggas's charge, Al Arsi, does get a negative point in the final appraisal for not finding too much for pressure when push comes to shove. So with his win in the glorious Stakes at Goodwood just 2 weeks ago, it's tempting to back the race-hardened Al Karim. That's our playbook, so Al Karim to spring the surprise on the jolly. Forecast bet, a side option. Down at Deauville, the progressive and unbeaten Fraise des Bois can land this Fillies Group 2 for Jean-Claude Rouget. Impressive enough when storming home by 7 lengths in a listed contest at La Teste de Buch last month. She should have enough to beat Ollie Sangster's Simmering, who took a Group 3 under Ryan Moore at Ascot 3 weeks ago. Irish Raider Vava Vroom also makes the shortlist in what should be a good heads-up for the Fillies Classics next year. Fraise des Bois, 2-edged over Simmering, with Vava Vroom the outside chance. Before the day's racing draws to a close, the Royal Whip features at the Curragh. It's very hard to ignore the appeal of Aidan O'Brien's St Leger winner, Continuous, for this Group 3. Returned to action this term in the Hardwick Stakes at Royal Ascot, this Japanese-sired colt did look in need of the run when a 6-length 5th favourite, but can only strip fitter for that run and drops in grade here. With not much bang for your buck to take on this classic winner, both Tarawa and Trust Your Instinct look super each-way value, and not a bad punt for the TriCast either. Continuous to get back to winning ways, with Tarawa and Trust Your Instinct to chase him home. It may also pay to keep Jessica Harrington's Saratoga Special onside in the Juvenile Sprint Stakes, also at the Curragh.